Archaeologists have discovered a huge ancient city hidden underground in Mexico, which may give a better understanding of the Maya civilization.
Now, in southern China, scientists have discovered ancient forests with animals and plants they thought were extinct in several sinkholes hidden deep in the mountains.
Despite the impressive advances in mapping and remote sensing, there are still locations worldwide that we can't reach. From terrifyingly high altitudes, dangerous wild animals, deadly rugged terrains, and hostile aboriginal residents, there are various reasons why these places are still isolated from civilization. What makes these locations so mysterious? Would we ever be able to visit them one day? Join us in this video to find out. Sarasarinama Mountain in Venezuela. Sarasarinama Mountain, located in the Gran Sabana region of Venezuela, is one of Earth's most mysterious and isolated places. If you find yourself near these sinkholes, you are isolated by hundreds of miles from the nearest road, town, or city. These sinkholes are typically found at the peak of flat-topped mountains known as tepuis, ranging from 300 to 2,350 meters in height.
The surrounding landscape by sheer, breathtaking cliffs. This giant block of sandstone is called a tepui, and it stands in one of the least known regions on Earth.
The mountain is part of the tepui group, towering over the surrounding rainforest with its flat-top peaks, often covered in mist. What makes it particularly interesting is its isolated ecosystem, which has species of plants and animals found nowhere else in the world. The next location on our list is so special that it confuses United Nations experts. Keep watching to find out. Heard and McDonald Islands in the Indian Ocean. The Heard and McDonald Islands in the Southern Ocean are approximately 1,700 kilometers from Antarctica and 4,100 kilometers southwest of Perth. They offer a special view of Earth's interior as the only volcanically active subantarctic islands. This allows scientists to study ongoing geological processes and glacial movements. These islands are recognized as having one of the few pristine island ecosystems worldwide. UNESCO has recognized the island's conservation value and the absence of invasive species and human interference. Cape York in Australia. Cape York Peninsula is a peninsula located in far north Queensland, Australia. It is the largest wilderness in northern Australia. The land is mostly flat, and about half of the area is used for cattle grazing. The relatively undisturbed eucalyptus-wooded savannas, tropical rainforests, and other habitat types are now recognized and protected for their global environmental significance. Even though much of the area is still untouched, some animals and plants living there are at risk because of farming, other industries, and cattle grazers' introduction of non-native plants and animals.
A far north Queensland cattle property at the centre of a controversial land clearing decision is trialling its first crops. Olive Vale Station on Cape York was given permission to clear thousands of hectares of land.
Tristan da Cunha in South Atlantic Ocean. Tristan da Cunha is part of a remote group of volcanic islands located in the South Atlantic Ocean. Trista is one of the most isolated island groups in the world, and part of a small British overseas territory known as St. Helena, Ascension, and Tristan da Cunha. The islands are home to only a few hundred people, most of whom live on the main island, Tristan da Cunha, where the community survives in almost complete isolation. The island's dramatic landscape features towering cliffs, volcanoes, and rugged terrain, making it difficult to access. But the most interesting thing about them is that they are shrouded in mystery because of their remoteness and unique wildlife. Mariana Trench in Pacific Ocean. Somewhere between Hawaii and the Philippines, near the small island of Guam, far below the surface of the water, sits the Mariana Trench, the deepest spot in the ocean. The Mariana Trench has a crescent-shaped depression in the Pacific Ocean floor, stretching over 1,500 miles long, an average of 43 miles wide, and reaching a depth of nearly 7 miles. At such depths, the water pressure is roughly 1,000 times greater than at sea level. The trench floor hosts hydrothermal vents that release liquid sulfur and carbon dioxide bubbles. Temperatures in this environment are just above freezing, and perpetual darkness prevails everywhere. You can access the next location on our list with a small boat, and why you cannot use a large ship will blow your mind. Palmerston Island in South Pacific Ocean. Palmerston Island comprises a series of sandy islets encircling a lagoon, forming a continuous coral reef. The total land area of these islets approximates 1 square mile, while the coral reef covers about 3,600 acres. The lagoon spans 7 miles across and encompasses 22 square miles.
The largest single known piece of coral has been discovered by scientists on a research trip in the southwest Pacific Ocean.
Several small passages through the reef allow boat access, though large ships need help to sail through these waters safely. Located at 18 degrees south latitude, Palmerston experiences a tropical climate, but also experiences severe tropical cyclones. Adak Island in Alaska. Adak Island is located in the remote Aleutian Islands of Alaska. It was once a U.S. military base during World War II, and remnants of military infrastructure still dot the island. The island is known for its rugged terrain, including volcanic peaks, dramatic cliffs, and harsh weather conditions. Even with its isolation, Adak is home to large wildlife, including sea otters, seabirds, and a large caribou population, which were introduced to the island. Its remoteness and turbulent history make Adak an interesting place of discovery, blending natural beauty with a past shaped by military strategy. The island's small population and role as an outpost at the edge of the world add to the aura of mystery surrounding it. Devon Island in Canada. Devon Island is not just one of the most mysterious and remote places on Earth. It is also the largest uninhabited island in Canada and is often referred to as a polar desert due to its barren, icy land. The island has a very rugged terrain with glaciers, mountains, and large expanses of tundra. Devon Island is particularly special because its environment closely resembles that of Mars, so scientists use it as a site for simulating Martian exploration.
The first time we arrived on Devon Island, we landed in this plane. The team was very small, we were just 4 people. And I was just completely taken aback by how Mars-like the whole landscape was.
The island is home to large wildlife, including polar bears and migratory birds, but its harsh conditions make it nearly uninhabitable. North Sentinel Island in India. There is an indigenous tribe that has had minimal contact with the outside world and fiercely protects its isolation. Meet the Sentinelese, owners of Sentinel Island. The island is off limits to outsiders, as the Sentinelese are known to react violently to intrusions, making it one of the few places where human society has remained completely untouched by modern civilization. The island is beautiful, with dense forests and coral reefs, but the tribe's way of life has been unchanged for thousands of years. Because of its remoteness and the tribe's resistance to contact, much of North Sentinel Island's history, culture, and lifestyle remain a mystery. We are about to reveal one of the youngest islands in the world. Do you have an idea yet? Surtsey Island in Iceland. Surtsey Island was formed by a volcanic eruption that began in 1963 and continued for several years, creating land from the sea. The island is named after Surtur, a fire giant from Norse mythology, and has since become a natural laboratory for scientists studying how life colonizes new land. Due to its volcanic origin, the island's environment is harsh, with active volcanic activity and unpredictable weather. It is a restricted area that preserves its delicate ecosystem, but over the years, various plants and animals have slowly begun to establish themselves. Danakil Depression in Ethiopia. Welcome to one of Earth's hottest and most inhospitable places, with temperatures often soaring above 40 degrees Celsius.
At more than 100 meters below sea level, and with temperatures that can soar to more than 50 degrees Celsius, the Danakil Depression is one of the most inhospitable places on Earth.
It sits below sea level and is part of the larger East African Rift Valley, making it a geologically active area with volcanoes, geysers, and salt flats. The beautiful land features salt pans, colorful sulfur springs, and acidic lakes. Despite its extreme conditions, the Danakil Depression is home to several resilient species, including salt miners who have lived in the region for centuries. Pitcairn Islands in South Pacific. The Pitcairn Islands are a group of 4 volcanic islands. They are best known as the home of the descendants of the HMS Bounty mutineers, who settled there in the late 18th century after fleeing British authorities. Today, Pitcairn has one of the smallest populations in the world, with only around 50 residents. The isolation makes it a place of mystery, with crystal clear waters and special wildlife. Snake Island in Brazil. Located off the coast of Brazil, Snake Island is notorious for being one of the most dangerous places on Earth. The island is home to the golden lancehead pit viper, one of the deadliest snakes in the world, with venom so potent that it can kill a human in minutes. The dense forests of the island provide the perfect habitat for these venomous snakes, and there are an estimated 4,000 to 5,000 snakes living there, making the snake population density incredibly high. Because of the extreme danger, the Brazilian government has forbidden public access to the island, only allowing researchers and scientists to visit with special permission. Javari Valley in Amazon rainforest. The Javari Valley lies in the western part of the Amazon rainforest on the border between Brazil and Peru. The forest is home to some of the last uncontacted indigenous tribes who live in isolation and largely avoid interacting with the outside world. The valley is rich in biodiversity, with abundant wildlife, including jaguars, monkeys, several bird species, and a multiple network of rivers and rainforests. Villa Las Estrellas in Antarctica. Villa Las Estrellas is a small Chilean research station located on King George Island, just off the coast of the Antarctic Peninsula. It is one of the few civilian settlements in Antarctica, home to a small community of scientists, researchers, and their families. Despite its remote location, Villa Las Estrellas offers protection in one of the harshest environments on Earth. The station has basic amenities, including a school and a post office, and its residents face extreme cold, long winters with months of darkness. Maydog County in Tibet. Maydog County is a remote region in southeastern Tibet. This sparsely populated area is known for its rugged mountains, deep valleys, and thick forests, which are largely untouched by modern development. The region is also rich in Tibetan culture and spirituality, with monasteries and sacred sites scattered throughout it. Due to its terrain and location, the area is difficult to access, making it a haven for both wildlife and mystery. Cape Melville in Australia. Cape Melville is the most remote and rugged part of the Cape York Peninsula. This isolated region is known for its high granite mountains, dense rainforests, and crystal-clear beaches. Cape Melville is your best bet if you need a remote location with rich biodiversity and new species. In 2016, a team of researchers found several unknown species of plants and animals there. The area is also home to ancient rock formations, some of which were shaped by the forces of nature for millions of years. Hang Son Doong Cave in Vietnam. What you see right now is the largest cave in the world. Hang Son Doong is part of Vietnam's Phong Nha Ke Bang National Park, and its sheer scale and mystery still attract explorers and scientists today. Discovered in 1991 by a local farmer and only fully explored in 2009, the cave has massive chambers, some large enough to house entire city blocks. Its interior is a world of its own, with underground rivers, stalagmites, and high vegetation growing under natural skylights created by collapsed sections. Mount Namuli in Mozambique. Mount Namuli is Mozambique's second highest mountain and one of its most biodiverse regions. Rising over 2,400 meters, the mountain is a biodiversity hotspot, home to many endemic species of plants, birds, and insects found nowhere else in the world. Its remote location and rugged terrain have kept much of the area away from human exploration. According to local legends, it is sacred, and its forests are considered homes to the people's gods. La Rinconada in Peru. Welcome to La Rinconada in the Peruvian Andes. This is the highest permanent settlement in the world, sitting at an altitude of over 5,000 meters. This remote mining town is known for its harsh living conditions and abundant gold. Despite its extreme altitude and lack of basic infrastructure like running water and proper sanitation, thousands of people are drawn to La Rinconada in hopes of striking it rich in the nearby gold mines. The Hollow Earth theorists look to strange geological features and ancient myths as proof of a hidden interior world, complete with its own advanced civilizations and secret entrances at the poles. Despite being met with skepticism by mainstream science, the hollow Earth hypothesis continues to fascinate conspiracy theorists and adventure seekers alike. Some proponents of the theory proposed that the South Pole serves as a gateway to a subterranean world, citing unexplained phenomena such as magnetic anomalies and alleged secret military operations in the region as evidence of hidden passages leading to civilization within the hollow Earth. The intriguing narrative gained significant attention when Admiral Byrd, a decorated Medal of Honor recipient, claimed to have encountered a lost civilization in Antarctica. However, his revelation was shrouded in secrecy, as the government ordered him to remain silent about his findings, citing national security concerns. In a detailed account dated March 11, 1947, Byrd described attending a Pentagon staff meeting where he disclosed his discovery, only to be subjected to intense interrogation by top security forces and a medical team, leading to his detention for several hours. The government's silence has only fueled speculation about the existence of an underground ancient civilization in the South Pole, raising more questions than answers. Is our planet truly hollow? And could there be an underground civilization residing in the very center of the Earth, alongside its central sun? The experience of Admiral Byrd, torn between his duty as a military officer and his desire to share potential groundbreaking revelations, highlights the conflict faced by those who have uncovered secrets that challenge our understanding of the world. After Admiral Richard E. Byrd's death, a lot about his discovery remained unknown till Byrd's lost diary was found. This diary was a treasure trove of secrets and revelations that have captivated the public's imagination for decades. This fascinating diary was rediscovered by his own son, providing a tantalizing glimpse into the Admiral's extraordinary explorations and encounters. This incredible document, which had somehow ended up in the possession of Tawani Wakawa Shush, paved the way for the formation of the Hollow Earth Research Society, previously known as the International Society for a Complete Earth. As the diary's contents were finally unveiled, the world was introduced to Byrd's hidden discoveries, which challenged conventional wisdom and pushed the boundaries of scientific exploration. The revelations within its pages sparked widespread curiosity and ignited passionate debates among researchers and enthusiasts alike. One of the most intriguing aspects of Byrd's diary is his description of a breathtaking range of mountains that he stumbled upon during a mission to the Arctic. These towering peaks, previously unseen, hinted at the hidden wonders that still await discovery in the polar regions.
During a squadron mission in the Transantarctic Mountains, the whole crew saw a whole bunch of silver darting objects.
However, Byrd's expedition took an unexpected turn when he encountered difficulties with the magnetic and gyro compasses on board his aircraft, leading to speculation that they may have been flying over the North Pole itself. But the diary's most remarkable entries chronicle Byrd's encounter with extraordinary flying objects in the treacherous Weddell Sea. These mysterious crafts, capable of swiftly moving between the poles, engaged in a fierce battle with Byrd's group, resulting in numerous injuries and deaths. This incident has fueled countless theories and discussions about the nature and origins of these unidentified aerial phenomena. Perhaps the most mind-bending entry in the diary is Byrd's account of an unexpected mission over Antarctica, where he was transported into the inner Earth through a vortex. There, he encountered humanoid beings known as Agarthans and a highly respected leader referred to as the Master. The Master's admonishment of humanity's creation of the atomic bomb and his warning about its destructive power left a profound impact on Byrd, inspiring him to believe that humanity must change its ways to avoid a bleak future. The diary provided an unparalleled insight into the mysteries of the hollow Earth and the unexplored realms that lie beyond our conventional understanding. Examining the history of Antarctica provides vital context for understanding our current situation. Recent studies have revealed that Antarctica was once part of the supercontinent Gondwana, along with India and Africa, until they separated approximately 80 million years ago. During this time, the continent was teeming with life, featuring flat landscapes and slow-moving rivers. Further analysis of sediments suggests that around 34 to 24 million years ago, glaciers began carving out the steep mountain ranges and valleys that lie beneath today's ice cap. However, the crustal displacement theory proposes that humans may have inhabited parts of an ice-free Antarctica as recently as 12,000 years ago. Admiral Byrd. Historical maps, including those by Turkish Admiral Byrd in 1513.
Byrd has succeeded in describing the coastline and islands of the newly discovered regions of the world in detail and quite accurately.
And others in the early 16th century depict Antarctica as ice-free, indicating that humans may have lived in a hospitable climate in the region. Additionally, recent discoveries of large pyramids buried under 2.3 kilometers of ice have sparked speculation about the existence of extraterrestrial contact and the potential location of the lost city of Atlantis under the Antarctic ice shelf. These findings could significantly alter our understanding of history. Furthermore, parallels between the climate change observed in Antarctica and the transformation of the Egyptian landscape over thousands of years lend confidence to these theories. The discovery of enormous pyramid structures in various parts of the world, including Mexico, Central and South America, China, Kazakhstan, and Bosnia, has led to widespread speculation that ancient cultures worldwide may have received assistance from advanced alien technologies. These mysterious structures have sparked a global fascination, raising questions about the true history of human civilization and the role of extraterrestrial life in shaping our past. The mystery of this frozen continent goes beyond the possibility of extraterrestrial life. The southernmost continent is a premier location for meteorite discoveries on Earth. In fact, more meteorites have been found in Antarctica than on all other continents combined.
Very cool discovery. She recently returned to Chicago after finding a massive meteorite in the Antarctic.
It weighs nearly 17 pounds and could hold secrets about the beginning of our solar system.
While meteorites can technically fall anywhere on our planet, certain unique conditions in Antarctica make it a veritable hotspot for these extraterrestrial visitors. One key reason is Antarctica's preservation properties. The continent's harsh, arid environment helps maintain the integrity of fallen meteorites, preventing them from disintegrating or being obscured by terrestrial rock formations. Additionally, the vast, largely barren landscapes of Antarctica make these spaceborne specimens stand out in stark contrast, easing their detection by researchers. Before we get back to the hollow Earth theory and finally wrap up, here are some discoveries in Antarctica that are simply fascinating. Back in the 1970s, scientists made a groundbreaking discovery that really opened our eyes to the incredible potential of this frozen continent. They found this whole other ecosystem thriving in the Antarctic waters. Life was managing to survive even in these harshest of environments. Since then, we've uncovered around 400 lakes hidden beneath the ice, formed millions of years ago during the separation of Antarctica from the ancient supercontinent. One of the most significant is Lake Vostok. It's the largest known subglacial lake, sitting 2.5 kilometers beneath the ice. Despite being covered for 20 million years, the lake stays at a chilly but stable -3 degrees Celsius. And what's really amazing is that these lakes host their own ecosystems of microorganisms. These tiny life forms have been cut off from sunlight for eons, yet they carry on, finding ways to create energy from gases like methane and ammonium, the pyramids of Antarctica. But that's not all that's been found down there. In 2016, satellite images uncovered something truly intriguing, a pyramid-like structure emerging from beneath the ice. Now, accessing this remote location isn't easy.
Was it a lost civilization? Could it be ancient astronauts? And just maybe the earliest monuments of our own civilization came originally from Antarctica.
But scientists believe this could be evidence of an ancient man-made structure, potentially built thousands or even hundreds of thousands of years ago. The implications are staggering. Could there have been an entire lost civilization thriving in Antarctica long before we thought humans even set foot on the continent? And the discoveries don't stop there. Artifacts dating back millennia have been unearthed, hinting at an ancient culture that predates our current understanding of human history. Geologists have even proposed a theory that a massive meteorite impact, perhaps even before the dinosaurs went extinct, caused such devastation that it rendered much of the planet uninhabitable. Yet somehow, some primordial shellfish managed to survive, eventually evolving into the dinosaurs that would dominate the Earth for the next 200 million years. It's just incredible to think about. Antarctica, this frozen, remote place that we once saw as a barren wasteland, is actually hiding so many secrets about the history of our planet. The discovery of these ancient lakes, structures, and remnants of lost cultures challenges everything we thought we knew. As research and exploration in this region continue, who knows what other surprises might be waiting to be uncovered. Antarctica, as we previously discussed, is an extremely remote and inaccessible location. Unless you have a specific goal in mind, getting to the continent can be a significant challenge. Even if you do manage to gain entry, exploring the entire continent is simply not feasible. Visitors, including tourists and hikers, are only allowed to access a limited portion of the land, where they can participate in activities and take in the awe-inspiring scenery. However, there are certain areas of the continent that are off-limits to the general public and only accessible to researchers and military personnel. These restricted regions are often referred to as the Antarctic equivalent of Area 51. The public remains in the dark about what exactly takes place in these areas. There have been reports of individuals attempting to sneak into these zones, only to be quickly apprehended by guards and never heard from again. This has led to widespread speculation about the presence of secretive experiments or operations. The official explanation for the restricted areas is that governments aim to protect the unique biodiversity and potentially endangered species that inhabit these regions. However, some find it difficult to accept that this is the sole reason for their inaccessibility. The air of mystery surrounding these regions is palpable, and it's no surprise that people's curiosity is piqued by the secrecy. Another fascinating phenomenon associated with Antarctica is known as the third man factor. While this term may be unfamiliar to those who aren't adventurers or explorers, many who have ventured into remote locations like Antarctica have reported experiencing this phenomenon.
It feels like you're entering a portal to a different world when you go through that hole in the ice. And then you get down there and it looks like something you've never seen in your entire life.
The third man factor refers to the overwhelming sense of another presence, particularly when facing danger or distress. It's as if there is someone accompanying or guiding them, even though they are alone in reality. The unique periods of light and darkness in Antarctica contribute to this sensation. Visitors to the continent have reported feeling this presence, and some have even claimed to have witnessed hallucinations and seen shadows cast by nothingness while traversing the seemingly endless plains. One notable encounter occurred during Sir Ernest Shackleton's expedition in the early 1900s. Shackleton and his two companions, in their quest to be the first to traverse the Antarctic continent by land, felt the presence of a fourth person walking with them during a particularly grueling trek. This phenomenon has been reported by many others who have felt lost or stranded while exploring Antarctica. The Blood Falls. Let's now uncover the fascinating discovery of the Blood Falls, one of the most unsettling and captivating finds in Antarctica in recent years. Tucked away in the McMurdo Dry Valleys, this 5-story high waterfall pours out from a glacier into a lake, its striking red color against the backdrop of white snow and glaciers earning it its intriguing name. The Blood Falls were first stumbled upon in 1911 by geologist Thomas Griffith Taylor, who led several expeditions to Antarctica. Initially, Taylor thought that algae had caused the water to discolor, but scientists later uncovered the real reason behind the waterfall's unique hue. The glacier from which the waterfall emerges was named after Taylor in his honor. As it turns out, the Blood Falls were once a highly salty lake that had been cut off from the atmosphere by the formation of ice. This isolation led to an increase in the water's salt content, preventing it from freezing even in extreme weather conditions. Moreover, the water contains a high concentration of iron, which gives it its blood-red color. The lack of oxygen and sunlight in the water further intensifies its dark hue. Antarctica continues to captivate and mystify both scientists and adventurous souls who dare to explore its frozen landscapes. The Hollow Earth theory continues to captivate the imagination of many, and has been featured in various forms of modern culture. From literature to movies, the concept of a hidden world beneath our feet remains a popular theme. However, Modern geology and geophysics provide a clear understanding of Earth's structure, which contradicts the hollow Earth theory. The Earth consists of several layers: the crust, the mantle, and the core, each with distinct properties and compositions. Seismic studies, which analyze the propagation of waves generated by earthquakes, have provided detailed maps of these layers. Seismic waves travel at different speeds through different materials, allowing scientists to infer the composition and state of the Earth's interior. These studies show a solid inner core, a liquid outer core, a viscous mantle, and a solid crust, leaving no room for vast hollow spaces or hidden civilizations. Earth's gravity field also supports a solid interior. The planet's mass and gravitational pull align with a dense, layered structure rather than a hollow one. Gravitational measurements from satellites and surface experiments provide consistent evidence for this solid structure. For decades, skeptics have dismissed this idea as mere fantasy, but the truth is that Antarctica is the smoking gun that proves it all. Think about it. Why is it that certain regions of Antarctica are off-limits to the general public? What are they hiding? Do you think the Area 51 of Antarctica is more than just a nickname? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channels. Also, click the next video shown on your screen. You will enjoy it.